Okay, so there are 8 types of cards in the Neopets card game. Let's start with that. First, we have a basic Neopet. You'll have 10 of these in their own deck, with all other card types in your main deck. Experienced Neopets are like basic Neopets, but in your main deck and all around better. To play an experienced Neopet, you replace it with the Neopet already in play of the same species. If the replaced Neopet had any equipment, which we will cover momentarily, the new Neopet keeps it. Also, keep in mind that the new Neopet enters in the same arena and the same position the old one was in. Now, you'll notice a few things on almost every Neopet card. First is the fairy symbol. That shows the affinity that the Neopet has. This can be used for abilities or card effects as long as you play. Next is the 4 stats of your pet: strength, agility, magic, and intelligence. These will be used in the arena during different kinds of contests. Lastly, some Neopets may have abilities that can be used as you play. The third card type we'll talk about are heroes. To play a hero, you must tap a specific type of Neopet and place it in that Neopet's arena. At the end of your turn, heroes will leave, taking any equipment attached to them with them. They are discarded. And for the opposition, we now have villains. When you play a villain card to the arena, it changes the way the arenas work. All contests are now against the villain instead of your opponent. Whoever defeats the villain usually gets a reward of some kind for doing so. On to the non-pet cards. The first is equipment. These are cards that can be attached to your Neopets for a permanent boost in arenas. Most equipment also give you an extra ability while it's attached. Items are like equipment in some ways, but their bonuses go away after the contest they are applied to ends. The last type of card in the Neopets card game is the Something Has Happened trademark cards. These are cards that you play, do what they say, and get rid of them. They happen and they're gone. To begin a game of Neopets, both you and your opponent shuffles your Neopet stack and your deck. Each player then draws 4 cards from your deck and rolls a die to see who goes first. The active player now completes these steps during their turn. 1. Draw a card to start your turn. If it's the first player's first turn, skip this. 2. Untap all of your cards. 3. If you don't already have 3 Neopets in play, you flip over 1 from your Neopet stack into any one of your 4 arenas. 4. Play cards and do things. This is basically your main phase, where you can do any of the following 4 things in any order and as many times as you wish. You may move an untapped Neopet to another arena, tapping it in the process. Trade a Neopet by tapping it and discarding it, or returning it to the bottom of the Neopet stack if it's a basic. Then flip a new card from the Neopet stack, tapped into any arena. Play cards from your hand, or start a contest. To start a contest, you must first choose an arena with at least 1 untapped Neopet. Keep in mind, each arena may only have 1 contest per turn. You may then tap any number of heroes and or Neopets in the arena to join the contest. If your opponent doesn't have anyone in the arena, you win by default. Otherwise, all of their Neopets, tapped or untapped, are considered your rivals. Once a contest has begun, starting with the active player, you may play an item face down or pass. Your opponent then gets a chance to do the same. Once all items, if any, are placed, both players reveal what they played and do what they say. Each player now rolls a die. If either player rolls a 6, they automatically win the contest. Reroll ties of 6. Otherwise, add the rolled number to your stat for the current arena. Players now gain the bonuses from their items and total their score. In case of a tie, reroll your bonus die and calculate your new stats. Once a contest is over, discard any of the item cards that were played. If you are able to win a contest on your turn, you may do one of 2 things. You may either draw a card or bank an item or equipment. To bank a card, you basically just place it from your hand into your bank zone and add the Neo points to your total score. If you ever have 21 or more Neo points in your bank, you win the game. Now, contests against villains work a little different. First off, the opponent does not play cards for the villain or roll a die. If you win, the villain gets discarded. For a villain contest, you do not get to draw or bank cards, but the villain does often give you a bonus for being the winner. Villain contests also do not count against your contest limit for the arena, so you can then make a contest against your opponent. The last thing to note about the game is that if you need to draw a card and you can't, you lose. Now that you know how to play the game, here's a link to watch it. Enjoy that. Also, you'll see me when you see me.